Mabuhay, Peninsulares!
We are the researchers entitled Correlation of Peer Pressure and Cognitive Failure of First and Second Year B.Ed students at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus. And I am Janelle Bacani together with my co-researchers
Clarissa Manuyag, Dennis Kate Manuel,
Micaela Hemson,
and Raisa Tumalip.
Study aims to investigate the correlation of peer pressure and cognitive failure of first year and second year Bachelor of Elementary Education students at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus. This research is significant as there is currently no existing study within the school. By conducting this study, there is a knowledge gap and gain valuable insights into the experiences and challenges faced by first year and second year B.Ed students. Studying the correlation of peer pressure and cognitive failure among first year and second year B.Ed students is important because it sheds light on the unique experiences and needs of the students. Study aims to contribute to understanding the correlation of peer pressure and cognitive failure among students, especially first year and second year B.Ed students at Bataan Peninsula State University, as well as inform the development of targeted interventions and support programs to promote their well-being and academic success. Specifically, the study sought to answer the following questions. 1. How may the profile of the respondents be described in terms of 1.1 sex, 1.2 section, 1.3 year level? 2. How may the level of peer pressure of the students be described using the PPSQ? 3. How may the cognitive failure described using the CFQ? 4. Is there a significant difference between peer pressure and cognitive failure of students based on the respondent's sex? 5. Is there a significant relationship between peer pressure and cognitive failure of the students? 6. What are the IAC material and intervention program may be created based on the result of the study?
This study is influenced by deviance regulation theory by Brickwald and Prinstein 2011. This theory suggests that peer pressure influences individuals' behaviors through processes of social reinforcement and punishment within peer groups. According to this theory, individuals may conform to peer pressure in order to gain social rewards or avoid social sanction from their peers. Brickwald and Prinstein highlight the importance of peer relationship in regulating and shaping individuals' behaviors, especially during adolescence when peer influence is particularly strong. This theory is relevant to the present study because individuals regulate their behavior based on social norms and expectation in the context of college student and peer pressure. This theory helps explain how students conform to or deviate from group norms. For instance, students may feel pressure to engage in certain behaviors like heavy drinking and academic dishonesty to fit in with their peers. Another relevant theory. This study is influenced by attentional control theory by Michael E. Posner and John Jonites 2014. Attentional resources are limited and can be deflated or directed by various factors such as fatigue, stress, or competing stimuli. When attentional resources are insufficient or diverted away from a task, cognitive failures may occur. These failures can manifest as lapses in attention, errors in perception or memory, and difficulties in maintaining focus on the task at hand. This theory is relevant to the present study because individuals have limited cognitive resources and their ability to control attention impacts performance in the context of college students. Cognitive failure, such as forgetting assignments or being easily distracted during lectures, can be attributed to attentional control deficit.
And for our input, number 1, the profile of the respondents in terms of 1.1, sex, 1.2, section, 1.3, year level, and number 2, is there a significant difference between peer pressure and cognitive failure of the students based on the respondent's sex? Number 3, is there a significant relationship between peer pressure and cognitive failure of the student? Number 4, what are the IEC material and our process? Number 1, gathering tools and 1.1 questionnaire. Number 2, statistical tools. 2.1, frequency. 2.2, percentage. 2.3, weighted mean. 2.4, rank intervention. Program may be created based on the result of the study. And for our output, created information, education, and communication materials and intervention program to give awareness to the first year and second year BEd students at BPSU DC. For our methods of the study, quantitative method using correlational design. Bandari 2021, a correlational research design investigates relationship between variables without the researcher controlling or manipulating any of them. A correlation reflects the strength and or direction of the relationship between two or more variables. The direction of correlation can be either positive or negative. And according to Mosteles 2020, a descriptive correlational research is one in which the main goal of the researcher is to describe the links between variables rather than attempting to determine the cause of the relationships without attempting to prove a causative relationship. The association between peer pressure and cognitive failure could be investigated using a descriptive correlational study design. In such a study, researchers might collect data on peer pressure experiences and cognitive failures from a sample of individuals and then analyze the data to see if there is any relationship between the two variables. And for our population and local of the study was conducted at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupiang Campus, located at San Ramon, Dinalupian, Bataan. The researcher utilized a sample size calculator by RASOP to determine the total population. RASOP calculator is a sample size calculator used in survey research to determine the number of respondents needed to achieve a desired level of accuracy. The sample size was calculated and determined using the RASOP sample size calculator. The sample size is 224. The frequency and percentage distribution of the respondents, year-end section, BEd 1A 39, BEd 1B 38, and BEd 1C is 39. And for the BEd 2A 36, BEd 2B 36, and BEd 2C is 36.
Research instrument. The study employed a standardized adapted questionnaire. This questionnaire was divided into 3 parts. The first one is the demographic profile. The second one is peer pressure questionnaire. The third is cognitive failure questionnaire. Data gathering procedure. Preparation. The questionnaire used was adapted from publicly available survey questionnaire entitled Correlation of Peer Pressure and Cognitive Failure of the First Year and Second Year BEd Student. Validation. Since it's standardized questionnaire, research advisor instructed to transfer the content in Google Form. Administration. Reviewing the tool by the research advisor. Cooperating with mayors of BEd 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, and 2C. Monitoring the progress of the Google Form. Ethical consideration. Republic Act 1017-3, officially known as the Data Privacy Act of 2012. Name is optional. Validated with advisor, librarian, and research professor letter. Raw score is confidential. Data processing and statistical treatment of data. All the data needed for the study were collected, they were counted, tabulated, evaluated, and displayed in suitable tables using tools like frequency and percentage, mean and standard deviation, t-test independent, analysis of variance ANOVA, person correlation coefficient.
For the result and discussion, Table 1, Demographic Profile. respondents according to sex. Female got 184 respondents, equivalent to 82.14%, and male got 40 respondents, equivalent to 17.86%. Table 1.2 respondents according to section. BEd 1A have 39 respondents, equivalent to 17.14%. BEd 1B 38 respondents, equivalent to 16.97%. BEd 1C 39 respondents, equivalent to 17.41%. BEd 2A 36 respondents, equivalent to 16.7%. BEd 2B got 36 respondents, equivalent to 16.7%, and BEd 2B 36 respondents, equivalent to 16.7%. Table 1.3 respondents according to year level. First year have 115 respondents, equivalent to 51.34%, and second year got 109 respondents, equivalent to 48.66%. Table 2. Level of peer pressure of students. Based on the table, it was observed that peer pressure has a very low positive correlation to the cognitive failure of the students. And this result was significant. R value is equal to 0.263 and sigtail 0.00082. This further indicates that as the level of peer pressure increases, cognitive failure of the students tends to increase as well. Thus, if the level of peer pressure decreases, cognitive failure among students would also likely decrease. Table 3 descriptively shows that cognitive failure of the student, as shown in the table item 14, recorded that highest mean score of 4.00 and a standard deviation of 3.46. This indicates that the respondents strongly agreed that they find themselves wondering whether they use a word correctly. Meanwhile, item 12, 13, 18, 20, 21, and 25 have obtained a mean of 1.00 and a standard deviation of 0.00, indicating that the answer of the respondents were 100% synonymous on the said item. The table 4 shows the significant difference between the level of peer pressure and cognitive failure based on the respondent sex. As shown in the table, the factors in the peer pressure have lesser value than the p-value equivalent to 0.05, indicating no significant difference between peer pressure. Meanwhile, all factors of cognitive failure have greater values than the p-value p0.05, indicating a significant difference in cognitive failure of first year and second year BEd students at Bataan Peninsula State University Dinalupihan Campus based on their sex.